Good morning, YouTube. Light therapy. Does it work? Is it effective? Well, there's a lot you need to take into consideration. I highly recommend you do more than watch this video. You do your research and talk to your doctor. How light therapy works, it depends on which light. There's red light and infrared light. Red light is what we can see, typically 620 to 720 nanometers of the light spectrum. Infrared is what it is emitting heat, and light, but we can't see it with our eyes. And for it's the range of use is typically 600 to 900 nanometers. If you want the typical LED happy light, the traditional use for improving your mood is typically among the visible light spectrums, and it's going to enter your eyeballs, and it's thought to penetrate and affect the chemicals from seeing the lights that affect your mood, because it works with your circadian rhythm, and we're typically exposed to in nature and to sleeping and then waking to a bright sun, that triggers a natural cascading of chemicals that will increase your energy through your mitochondria in your cells, through the natural would typically be seeing sunlight. If you have a deeper disorder, like a circadian rhythm problem, you're going to want a brighter light, an infrared light. Too much exposure to either one of these, the happy light, you're going to want to keep it a distance from your eyes and get at an angle in your eyes. You don't want to look directly at it or sit too close to it, because it can damage your eyesight and burn your skin if you're too close to it, even though it's a cool light, because it's an LED and LEDs don't emit that much heat. There have been some reports of burning or eye injury if you're right up on it with your eyes wide open. But you use it day after day, typically early in the morning. And I have a small tumor that sits right on my pituitary gland, in the area of my pineal gland. That part of your brain is where your circadian rhythm sets. So if you have a sleep disorder or a circadian rhythm disorder for any kind of reason, which is what I have, atop of my mental health, I have a circadian rhythm disorder. If you have a sleeping disorder, a circadian rhythm disorder, something occurring in the deeper tissues, you're going to want an infrared light, which is different than the typical happy light. It's a higher range. It's the light spectrum that you do not see. My neurologist actually suggested to me to get a very powerful halogen light, which I wouldn't expect, but apparently halogen, you can't just grab your typical light. It has to be a specific wavelength. But red is typically what your eyes can see. Infrared surpasses what your eyes can see, is hotter, and has the ability to penetrate through your eyes, because it's not about your eyes seeing it. It's about it sinking into the tissues in your body, like sunlight seeps through the tissues and connecting with that circadian rhythm part of your brain, and helping to reset and control your sleep cycle to make you feel more awake, alert, happy, alive. And it's therapeutically proven. All of these light spectrums, it's not just the notion of it. They found it works, like I said, on your ATP, the cascading of chemicals that cause you to feel more invigorated. Again, you want to use it in the morning, not late at night, or it's going to disrupt your sleep. And use it day after day after day, especially days you're not exposed to sunlight. If you have a sleeping disorder and that's why you're trying to use it, using it in the morning is when you want it to be most effective. Or if you, a little later in the day, around noon, when you start to get that dip, you're going to want to use it again. And The continuity of daylight and night in your life will help your sleep, will help your life, will help your mood. But you need something in the infrared spectrum that's going to penetrate past your eyeballs and hit your brain. Does it encourage tumor growth, cancer, other issues? Long-term exposure to UV light we know is dangerous, so you want to avoid certain spectrums of light. Again, you don't want to, if you have the powerful halogen light or other light form, you want to close your eyes and just put your face up to it, because it's not about what your eyes are seeing. It's about it being able to penetrate your skin and get to your brain. So it depends on why you're using it, what you're going for, but they are effective, scientifically proven, for neurologic and psychiatric issues, sleep disorders, and other things. I don't know if this was all compartmentalized very well, but that's Happy Light. Uh, Try it by YouTube.